What's up guys, welcome back to a new Kengan Omega video. Today I'm ranking the Purgatory fighters so far from weakest to strongest. Take note that this video was recorded during the Jirota and Jaime fight when chapter 98 was the newest. And when I say strongest, I'm not only referring to raw physical strength. In short, I'll be ranking the first 7 fighters only. Help me reach my 2021 goal of 100k subscribers by subscribing if you're new to the channel or you just haven't already. It's free and easy to do. Also consider checking out the description for the Discord server and my Twitter. Now, enjoy the video. So let's break this in 2 parts, starting with the bottom 4. We have Alan Wu, Monkey Trash Yumi, Falcon and Carlos. I hope most people watching can agree that these 4 are the weakest so far, but how would I rank them? Based on feats during their fight, Alan Wu didn't do anything really. He entered his 5,000-year-old special removal and pushed base Ryan back with a few attacks while Ryan was still playing around. He didn't do really any noticeable damage during this time. Then when Ryan got serious, he destroyed and split Alan like 0 difficulty. Then we have Yumi, the ex-6 Fanger Metsudo, who only cut Misasa a few times during the fight and then got dominated and destroyed, but he was able to defeat Jose high difficulty prior to the tournament off screen though, but that's kinda impressive I guess. So unlike Alan, he has something alongside statements from Himuro and Segubahashi that he's meant to be on the same level of Kengan Ashura Kanogito, which based on what was shown I completely disagree with. Alan also had Edward saying he can kill Ryan prior to the fight, but yeah, that went very well, didn't it? And we did have the head of the Wu clan main branch say Alan's killed more main branch Wu members than what Edward has, which I guess is pretty cool. So based on how little we got from Alan, I have to leave him in last place currently, but it's very possible he could be higher, and that Serious Ryan is just that strong, anyone in the bottom 4 would have got destroyed the same way. Now we have Yumi, Falcon and Carlos. Falcon faced and defeated Rito high difficulty, but Rito is still one of the weakest on Team Kengan, if not the weakest on Team Kengan, regardless of him having insane improvement over the 2 years. Carlos won via ring out against Galang, but he pretty much got destroyed during the fight and didn't do any real major damage to Galang. And then Yumi got set up and destroyed by Misasa in the special match. I feel like I have to place Yumi next regardless of him having the Fang title, and kinda disregarding what Himuro and Seki said. We also have his Purgatory record, which was 9 wins and 5 losses, which is pretty trash in my opinion. So next weakest is Yumi, Monkey Trash Boy. Before I move on, one thing I'll say about Yumi that I did enjoy was the art style of his human weapons, which was pretty cool. Even though he didn't use them too well, I did like the art and the weapon shadow effects that was going on during the fight. So yeah, that's one cool thing about Yumi. Now Carlos and Falcon. Take note that ranking a fighter above another doesn't mean they can't get defeated by them in a match, as there's many counters throughout Kengan and either way fights, which makes the story so good in my opinion, or one of the major appealing aspects about Kengan. I bring that up because I feel that without prior knowledge, Falcon will be able to defeat Carlos, but I'm ranking Carlos over Falcon in today's video. Falcon has his ninja misdirection, partial trained hands and feet, making him have an all-around decent fighting style, paired with his hacks, the almighty poison toe. Carlos has his insane speed, with him being one of the fastest in the verse, his top tier boxing, and Kapora skills. And I do place Galang quite a bit above Rito, and Falcon almost lost against Rito, while Galang pretty much dominated Carlos even though he did lose, but Carlos did a few decent blows on him and it did take Galang a little bit to fully dominate Carlos during that fight. So the ranking for the bottom 4 from weakest to strongest goes Alan, Yumi, Falcon and Carlos. You could maybe argue due to statements Yumi goes above Falcon, or either way, let me know your thoughts for the bottom 4 down in the comments. But now onto the top 3, who I consider to be on a different level to the previous 4. We have Naden, Toa and Tian. Naden faced Garuki and pretty much dominated the whole fight, forcing Ryuki to get in serious killer mode. Then Naden effectively suicided. Most people agree that a serious Naden would most likely stomp Roki, but sadly we didn't get to see the full extent of his power. We have Galang, who compares his raw power to the likes of Julius, Waka and Kure Ryan. We have his flashback also with him rolling 4 Mongolian horses with his raw strength alone, which is insanely impressive. He's also very skilled in Mongolian wrestling. Then we have his hacks, the Eye of the Sky ability, which is a form of foresight that allows him to see a bird's eye view of the fight. In some aspects it's superior to regular foresight, and in others it's inferior. For example, it can be countered by speedy and unpredictable movements, like what Garyuki was doing when he entered super serious killer mode. Then we have his Kroot, if that's how you say it, which allows him to dominate the flow of energy and render his opponent unable to attack. Oma mentions how it's similar to redirection kata but different, as it's a hard redirection but still very effective, and you can maybe argue it won't work as well as people who are physically stronger or bigger than Naden, but if you take Galang's statement, there aren't very many characters who will be able to counter this very easily. With all this alone, I hope everyone can understand why I have Naden in the top 3 currently. With that, I'm placing him in 3rd place also. It's very possible that he could go higher if we got the more serious Naden, who wasn't trying to die and choke Ryoki out, but 3rd is a safe spot for now. Now we have Toa and Tian. Toa faced Julius and lost, Tian faced Kano and lost. Toa Mudo being a giant at 208 centimeters tall and weighing in at 214 kilograms, an absolute beast, with him having enough raw power to be on par with base Julius and then dominate when he started using his Mudo family techniques, having the ability to go limp and disperse the power of blows and also divert the flow of the attack. You can pretty much say he uses the water and redirection kata of the Nico style. Then his ultimate attack, Breathing Mountain, which is also very similar to Oma's ultimate technique, Demon's Bane, but inferior as it lacks the flame and Adamante katas that Oma also uses to make the counter flawless with more power than what the attacker is using at first. But regardless, Toa has insane abilities paired with one of the biggest frames in the series, being slightly bigger than Julius and making him an absolute beast. Tian has his perfect formless, which in my opinion is one of the most broken abilities in the series. He also has mastery of the Wu Wang Fist, but that doesn't really matter that much, but also has the ability to use the removal, which in my opinion is more of a hindrance as he can't fully control it, causing it to reach a 96% release rate and him to lose his mind, while also getting raw power somewhat equivalent to Julius. But regardless, I think Tian with formless alone is his best bet. One issue I do have with that version is his lack of power, not really doing any damage to Kanagita during the fight with him landing tons of blows, but he did weaken Kano as shown by him falling to his knees shortly after the fight. You could also say Kano is just that much of a beast. Tian, who also is very strong, isn't on the same level of Kano to deal enough damage, as Kano pretty much uses the Nico style indestructible the whole fight to pretty much take little to no damage from various blows. So who do I have rank 1 so far? I'm going to give it to Tian currently based on his perfect formless hacks, but it's very possible to argue Toa is above Tian, but in my opinion I think these two are very interchangeable right now and either one could take the rank 1 spot currently, but by the end of the tournament I don't think any of these two will be rank 1 based on the upcoming fights, and maybe Jota in the current fight you could take rank 1. But yep, this is ranking the Purgatory fighters from weakest to strongest so far. I'll make an update video once the tournament concludes with all the fighters on Team Purgatory, and I'll also do a Kengan version of this as well. Hope you enjoyed. If you did, make sure to subscribe, join the Discord, and yep, that's it guys, peace.